So, read. Hello, my book friends. My name is Brenna. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my bookshelves. I feel like it's been forever since I filmed in front of them, so welcome. Today, we are going to be talking about some series that I want to make it my mission to finish this year. Finish them. I'm gonna do it. I have a very long list of series I'm in the middle of, but I only chose a few series that I truly want to try and finish this year. I had to look at this list and think, all right, Brenna, be real with yourself. Which of these series will you honestly try and finish? So that's the list you're gonna see. Okay, so these first three series all have something in common, and that something is they're all trilogies, and I have read the first book out of all three. But I waited so long between reading the first one and getting to the next ones that I have to reread the first one. The first trilogy is The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. I have read The Kiss of Deception. I read it years and years ago, and I loved it. I was honestly surprised by how much I loved it. But the thing is, there was a bit of a, plot twist in this book that completely shocked me. And if a book manages to surprise me like that, it's almost guaranteed to be in a favorites list. I'm not saying that I guess every single plot twist, but most plot twists don't make me go, holy crap, this one did. I will say I'm sure there's tons of people who totally guessed it. I just didn't pay a lick of attention, and it blew my mind. So I loved this book. Couldn't tell you why I didn't continue with the series immediately, but I didn't. And so when I picked up the second, I had no idea what was going on. So I need to reread The Kiss of Deception so that I can read the next two books. I love this one so much. I'm so excited to get to the next two. That's why it's on this list and why I am going to get through these this year. We're gonna do it. The next trilogy that I've read the first one, but not the last two, I don't have physical books for, but it is Penryn and the End of Days by Susan E. The first book is Angel Fall. I'll put it right here. I talked about Angel Fall in a video recently, and I loved Angel Fall so much, but the second book didn't come out for years after the first one, and by that point I had no idea what had happened in the first one. I remember all of the plot points in Angel Fall, but I don't really remember any characters. So I want to finish that trilogy. It was so good. The first book was just wonderful. It's about angels, but angels are evil. It was so good. It's a dystopian. Love it. I'm going to finish it this year. In the last trilogy that I've read the first book in, I actually just got physical copies of the series yesterday, so I can show them to you. It's the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I have been lusting after these UK covers for years, 5-6 years, something like that. I finally got them. I am beyond excited. So the first one is The Final Empire, which I have read, but it was a long time ago. And when I tried to get into the second, again, no idea. So I need to reread The Final Empire, and I've actually started rereading it. I'm probably about a quarter of the way through The Final Empire, so I need to keep going before I forget what happened in the first part of the book. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I'm going to read it this year. Trying to get it out so I can put it up here. They're so pretty. Now this next trilogy is actually one that I've only read the first book for, but I don't need to reread it. In fact, I've already had to reread it. I need to continue with the series before I do have to reread it. And that trilogy is The Illumination Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I loved this one. It was really good. I actually bought this when it came out years ago, and I read half of it and stopped. Just stopped. I don't know. It's a habit. So I did have to reread that first half last year, and then I went ahead and finished it, obviously. But now I need to get to Gemina and Obsidio before I forget what happens here, right? That makes sense. let's do it. Illuminate Files. I'm gonna finish you this year. Now, the next 2 trilogies are ones that are kind of the opposite. I've read the first 2 in each trilogy, but I need to read the last one. And the first one I don't own physical copies of, and that is the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I read the first 2 last year. In fact, that trilogy used to be one that I needed to reread the first one before I can finish them. So I reread Shadow and Bone last year so that I could complete the trilogy, and I haven't completed it yet. Honestly, this one's kind of in here as a maybe. If I don't finish the trilogy, I don't think I'd be that upset. It's not like a need to finish, but I really want to say I've completed another series, you know? We'll see. And the next one is the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden. I read The Bear and the Nightingale and The Girl in the Tower last year during January through March-ish, I think. No, that's not right. Anyway, and I loved them. It's such a strange love for me because I'm more of a character and plot-driven story lover. In this, really the plot's kind of slow. The characters are fantastic, but the plot's pretty slow. But it's very, as everyone says, it's very atmospheric. It's so good. So I need to finish this trilogy because it's one that I want to read and have. I also listened to the audiobooks for these. Fantastic. So good. And the next series I need to finish is the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning. Okay, the series is a little funky. There were 5 books that was a series where Michaela Lane was the main character, and her series was over, supposed to be over. And the author decided to continue with the series with a different main character. But that didn't last except 1 book. I could do a whole series on my feelings on the continuation, but after the 6th book with a different main character, it went back to following Michaela. I have read and reread the first 5 over and over. I love them so much. It's in my top favorite series, but I am in the process of rereading them. I think I'm on the 4th one. I need to finish my reread of the 4th and the 5th one. And then I'm somehow going to have to force myself to reread the 6th and 7th. Again, lots of thoughts on these books. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get through the 6th and 7th rereads so that I can read. I think this is book 8 and I have 9 down below me, and I think there's another one, so 10. That means I have 3 books that I haven't read that I need to read, and a few that I need to reread. Anyway, I just want to finish this series. I really want to finish it this year because, like I said, the first 5 books are my favorites. I love them so much. I own the 8th and 9th one, I just haven't read them, and I can't read them until I reread the others. We're gonna do it. And the last series I have on this list I want to finish this year is the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. I forgot for a second. I have right here the 1st and the 3rd one, but I'm gonna put the 1st one down. So I have read the 1st and 2nd books in this series, and I've read, I don't know, a little bit of the 3rd one. And I don't know why I'm not finishing this series. I have loved each and every book I've read. I have no answers for you. Not a single one. But I want to finish it. All of the books are out. I own all of them except the last one. So I want to finish it. Make it my goal to finish this series this year. So there we have it. Those are the 8 series. I only have 6 right here. But those are the 8 series I want to try and finish this year. Try and finish. No, Brenna, you're gonna finish them. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.